fair while. I'm here with my fluffy rat. He's been very, very lovely for me these past few days. I wanted to get back into the swing of making videos much sooner than this, but things are going to change a little bit. And I thought, save writing something as a post. I thought, well, I'll do a live video and see in case anyone's up and awake and is in a position to say good day. But yeah, essentially things have happened where I was living. We found a safe haven, and that safe haven is now no longer safe. Hello, Bruno. Yeah, that safe haven's no longer safe, contrary to what's been told to me. There is a dog that's living there that is some kind of African bull mastiff. It's a massive dog, and he has decided that the two owners of the property are the alpha and that I'm not part of the pack. And essentially the dog has, it had made an advance towards me which caused me to have a seizure. And so my brain's not comfortable being there, and as a result, I am now back to couch surfing, and I'm preparing for proper homelessness. And what that's going to look like essentially is I'm going to maybe be able to get a caravan, maybe get a van instead, like a Toyota Hiace. I can't get enough money for my car to make my car worth selling, and I love my car as well. I'd hate to get rid of it, but beggars can't be choosers, you know. If you have to get rid of it, you have to get rid of it. And essentially what it would mean is that like things like my gaming computer, you know, I've got to sell that. There's going to be no point in having it. I certainly don't feel up to, you know, if I do go down that route of getting caravan, getting a generator and running it off that, nah. You know, it'll be a totally different approach with life. Music will form more of my movements forward from here, essentially. But the thing is that I need somewhere where I can bring not only my instruments with me, but, you know, have a safe and supportive place for this rat, you know, because Fox means the world to me. Obviously I've got Riley now, and you know, I was in the understanding that this could have been this beautiful, permanent, safe place to live. And without wanting to get into any debates over this dog that's living there, what matters with that is that my brain has decided that that dog is unsafe due to what that dog has done towards me. And so regardless of whether or not someone wants to argue the dog is fine or not, my brain has decided that he's not fine, and that he is, you know, very dangerous to be around, only with me, because he's only demonstrated that towards me. So yeah, basically now I'm either saving for a caravan, um, or saving towards a van, and in that case um, selling my car. Um, Also, hello everyone that's come in to say good day. Yeah, so that's kind of it. At the moment, I'm safe. My worst case, um, my worst case scenarios are actually not too bad. At the moment, I'm safe for 3 to 6 months, living with a friend. So at the moment, I'm in what was their guest room, and anytime they have guests over, I'll just sleep on their couch. And yeah, if things go particularly bad, I what I can do is I can move back in with my Oma and Opa for for some amount of time. But I need somewhere that I know is going to be safe, so that Oma and Opas is definitely that until it comes time to when my younger sister is going to be in the picture, due to what she had done. So, yeah. What do you all think? What should I do? Because at the moment, as I say, I've got 3 to 6 months here. In 6 months' time, so this is just me being really upfront with all the supports that I have. After food and other bills that I need to pay, I should have been able to have saved. There's no reason why I shouldn't have saved $6,000 Australian in 6 months if I am able to keep my expenditure to basically nothing. $6,000 would buy a caravan, but $6,000 would not buy a tow bar to fit onto my car. So it's like, well, what's the point? I'll only get so far. So it's like, do I get a van instead? But if I do, then anytime I go anywhere, I can't just unhook my living space and just drive off somewhere. You're driving your living space. So maybe that's not the right option, but maybe it is. Can I get a van big enough, suitable enough for what I want? Beggars can't be choosers. Maybe I need to start selling more things, It's all very poorly timed, It's really poorly timed. And I know as well, this is another thing that I find quite fascinating, is it will seem hypocritical to people if they were to look at my situation and go, well, hey, you just got this Riley costume made. And it's like, yeah, that's a fair point. That was more than 1 year in the making. And at the time, I was in the hope that where I was living, which was in the back of this business, that I would have been able to have been there on a more permanent basis, and that didn't really happen. It had caused me to have more than one seizure due to the stress of where I was living. Still grateful to have lived there. It was a safe roof over my head, but the environment was psychologically unsafe for me, so I had to go. But yeah, this is the situation now, and I'm curious on people's thoughts. Please offer your thoughts if you've got any, if you have experience in kind of like living like a gypsy, essentially, living in a caravan. Can it be done? Should it be done? Another thing I should clarify as well. So in Australia, we have a thing called Housing Commission. It used to be called the Housing Commission. It's called something else now. And essentially, they're government homes that they take either 20 or 25% of your Centrelink or disability income. So I get disability support because of how broken my brain is, and I'm on the waiting list for that. What that means is, if I'm lucky, in 5 years' time, I will have a place somewhere. And that place essentially is like, once you're in, you're in. It may be suitable, it may not be suitable. You hear of people having problems with their neighbours because obviously it's, you can't really guarantee who you're going to be neighboured with that sort of scheme. But yeah, the question is, do I make an attempt of living like a gypsy for the next 5 years? Do I sell things like my computer to fund the purchase of a caravan, or do I store those things and then just try and get back into it in 5 years' time? I don't know. In 5 years, would my things have become worthless anyway? There is that too, I used to work in IT. I know generally how that goes. So yeah, I don't know. And I'm curious on your thoughts. So, and I saw a couple messages come up, so I need to press this button to try and read them. Live chat. Where'd my messages go? Oh, how come it doesn't? Okay. I love YouTube. It's been amazing. I love it here. Damn, it annoys the crap out of me when it makes the messages go away. So hello, Blaze. Yeah, you can now tell how I'm going. Journey Dog Husky. So say you're in dangerous haven. You're okay. Yeah, I hope so too. And also, hello, February. I know it's been ages. And Foxo Gaming, yes, that's what makes this really sad. So I had a chat with my psychologist 2 or 3 days ago, and he was pretty well gutted because we had tried so hard to find a safe place for my brain, a place where the ship could safely come into harbour and where the rough seas were no longer a problem. The ship would go into harbour, you could do the repairs, and you could just breathe easy and relax. It's a very important element of post-traumatic stress disorder, is to have a safe place for the ship to come into harbour. And when that doesn't exist, your brain is essentially in constant PTSD mode, and it's not good. which is what happened, you know. All of a sudden, they're minding this angry dog that they insist isn't angry. Well, it isn't towards them or their friends, but it was fine around me when, when it was first there, and all of a sudden the dog, you know, makes an attack towards me, and it's like, well, yeah, neighbour's dog should have been. So this isn't even the neighbour's dog. This is the owner's daughter's dog, and it's only towards me. You know, it's only towards me. So the way they see it is like, well, you know, that's not our problem then. And I agree, it's not their problem, it's a me problem. So I will live with that because this is going to sound a bit contradictory because I've had a video that I made about self-worth, and I genuinely try and exercise that as much as possible. But the last thing I want to do is to be a negative impact on others around me. But what that means as well, if I'm to try and play devil's advocate, it means that. But the positive way of rewording that really would be that if they're not a good fit for my world, then, you know, why should I burden them as they burden me? Essentially, you know, it's like you need to move on because we have people in our world for the brief moments that we do, and there's a reason why we have them around, you know, because it's sort of, yeah, there's a reason why we have people in our world. So, but thank you very much for the supportive words there as well. And yeah, here's the thing, hey, is that we're gonna get through this. You know, at the moment, I'm here. You know, I've got Kitten right here. I've been in my friend's guest room, which has been amazing. You know, it's been really good. Of all the places I could be in, you know, in the interim, this is the place to be. It's really good. The person I'm staying with is a beautiful person, but it's not permanent, and I need something that is permanent. So, yeah, this essentially is it. Is I'm going to need to get my stuff from there. I don't know exactly where I'm going. However, it has been quite positive in a way. Sorry for the shakiness here. I'm very, I'm pretty messed up by this, I will admit. What I was going to say is that the positive that's come out of this is, yeah, perhaps I should look at that, Takaya. So, yeah, I'll have to see that. And like, I know I probably sound like a broken record when I say this, but thank you for those sorts of kind words, because I obviously, you know, you have your battle with PTSD. You know what it's like of a journey that your journey is yours, and it's so different from anyone else's journey, but it's no more or less painful, you know. And yeah, if anything that I've said in any of my videos has been helpful, then I'm just, yeah, it renews renews my my gratitude towards everything that I've learned and sort of put out there. And you know, all of that stuff, like ultimately it's the reason I'm still here, isn't it? Is because, you know, I've become a massive hippie. I've become exceptionally positive even when shit's really sad. And I'll still cry, you know, you still get upset, but it's you know, you know where the vessel is headed in those rougher waters. And so it's like you can sort of, it's kind of like when you're in a boat and the boat's going through some really cold, dark rapids in the water, and you just have to lean back and brace your arms and sort of hug yourself and say, this is all right, you know, we're gonna be rocked around a little bit, but there will be a point where we can lift our head back up and see where we are. And that's kind of what's happening at the moment, you know, is there's that. And now, you know, this is a bit where I've been able to sort of lift my head up. And it's not a particularly bright and colourful place, but it's still not bad. So what I'll do, I reckon, is I'll investigate the GoFundMe thing, and I'll put that on my Facebook as well as on YouTube. It's really funny, right? I have this problem of asking for help when it comes to that kind of stuff, and I've asked for that kind of help a few times on YouTube, and it's been just wonderful, the support that I've had, but I hate asking for help. And it's like, you know, it's not like you need to ask for permission to ask for help, man, you know. Like it's you don't see racing teams as just one person with a car. It's a team, you know. There's more than one person that's in that, and same with any athlete, same with anything, you know. It's a team sort of thing. And I didn't decide the race that I've been put in, but I have to run it, and the only way that I'm going to be able to make it to the other side is if I have a team. So after my garage got broken into, and oh bugger, yeah, see that, and you know, to have had the support then come back with that is just magnificent then. But what a, yeah, short of swearing like a sailor, that's horrid. But if you found it to be to have helped, then that gives me some courage to try it. So thank you. See, that's the other thing too. If I go down the living in the caravan route, it's like, do I just do it? Oh no, no, I've just answered that question. Don't mind me. I'm a little bit special. Have a look at this rat. There you go. Done. It's very special. So yeah, I'll try that. And I'm going to um, over these next couple of days, I'm going to try and then budget and see what it is that I actually need to get this to happen. Because, yeah, I don't want to be asking for the world, you know. So we'll see how that goes. But thank you for that. We'll do that. But change of topic. Hello, everyone. It's been way too long, and that really, it saddens me. I even with close friends, I sort of put my head in the sand because I get headaches when it comes to the stress of what do I say to these people that mean so much to me, that, you know, that I haven't been around in their space for X amount of time. So it's like, as the hole is initially dug, you just sink further and further into it. So I sort of had the courage to do a YouTube live, and I'm glad that I did, because hello, everyone. But I'll tell you what, as well, if I do manage to get this caravan route going, and I'm fully in my own space, there'll be some different videos happening. Like, good morning, everyone, it's Voxy here, and here I am on a beach, because I drove there with my portable home. Maybe that wouldn't be so bad. So, yeah, I'm just, very, very glad to still have everyone's support as well. So thank you immensely for that. YouTube has, and when I say YouTube, I mean you lot, because YouTube is, you know, it's a community, and a community of people that, you know, that have stepped forward towards me has just been wonderful. You know, I just, wanted to say again just how grateful I am, because, it's been rough, but everyone who steps forward has had just this massive impact. And, you know, sort of the last of it was this huge contribution that I had from Car Seat Headrest, and as well from Sources. And it was like, shit, you know, that's just amazing. And they're like, yeah, keep doing these supportive videos. And all of a sudden, just as I'm finally resting and getting my head in a good spot, I need a lot of support, because I've got this angry dog, and I can't get rid of it because it's not mine. So the only thing that I can do is I can leave, because my psychologist taught me to leave. You know, he said, that's what your brain wants, and you got to do it, man. So, but yeah, thank you. Thank you immensely. I never ended up getting internet sorted out at the place that I was at, and I'm glad that I didn't, because now I can't be there. So things are going to change now that I can, you know, hopefully soon, I will be able to just drive to where there is telephone reception and then say g'day to everyone there, you know, and keep that up, because I would like to keep that up. My healing journey isn't over, and having support is just this immensely positive and empowering thing. So yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna have a look at GoFundMe, and see what that's going to look like. Yeah, and here's the thing as well, Takea, is is that I this is one thing that I noticed happening is when things really hit the fan, um, I totally lost all of my normal mindfulness tactics, and I realized it too. I was gasping for air, and it's like shit. I've really gone backwards. It wasn't good, and it's like I need to rewatch my own videos for crying out loud. So I had to I had to really sort of go, all right, put the brakes on. We need to stop the car, and instead of letting the car zoom back up to 100 kilometers an hour, we need to just let it coast for a bit. And and one thing that really helped me was I wasn't barefoot enough, and um, yeah, well, music is my normal kind of ASMR. I have some songs that are particularly um, quite intricate with their details, and as well when I have that and I'm cuddled up to Fox, there's certain sensory things that I have with that fluffy animal that are just, unlike anything else. So I'm getting back into the swing of that. But one thing that's quite major is if you ever want to be connected to the world, you just take your shoes and socks off. And carpet especially is really good for this because you can feel, if you put all your focus into your feet, you can feel every fiber of the carpet on every point of contact, and that's particularly um, uh, what's the word? There's a lot of focus involved with that. So, yeah. There we go. There we go. I've got a rat. It's kind of lovely. But yeah, I'll if anyone happens to know the ins and outs of GoFundMe so far as like what it means in Australia, because I don't know, it's probably different elsewhere, but if any of you happen to know like exactly what happens and in what order, and if there are any complications or anything, if it's not too much of an ask as well, if you all could potentially provide some insight with that to my Telegram, that would be amazing as well. I think my Telegram, I had to change it to Voxy Official because some Russian person took Voxy. So I was like, oh, okay. I guess I'm no longer Voxy then, fair enough. But yeah, 100%. If once I know what to do, and I put something on, because I'm guessing you have to put a limit or put a goal or something, and it has to be definite. I don't know if they need proof of anything or if there's tax implications or anything like that. But that's why if you all happen to know sort of the ins and outs of that so far as Australia, is concerned, and are able to provide some insight, that would be amazing if you could send me a message on Telegram. But yeah, this I'm going to make one promise for the record, which is I'm going to be making a few regular videos now that I'm here. This space is very quiet, and unlike where I was, where there was no working internet, there's at least telephone reception here. So there's no excuse, and so I'll be touching base and saying hello to everyone, and who knows, maybe even hop out in the garden and make a video or two when there's no train driving past to interrupt halfway through. Or maybe even go down to the Botanic Gardens of Castlemaine to make a video. That would be quite lovely too. So we'll see what happens. Thank you, everyone, and for all of the comments as well too. Thank you so much. That it sounds like there's a better plan forward, and so far as you know, it's now I'll spend some time working out, do I get a van and sell my car, or do I get a caravan? A caravan would be more space because you have the whole caravan, you have still what's in the car. So I might tomorrow call up and get a quote for a tow bar installation. And maybe, you know, if I sell my gaming computer, I can, you know, pay for that. And then, then start saving for a caravan, you know, and have that as my 5-year on journey. See what happens. But yeah, I'm gonna have a bit of a napski because I have a splitting headache. Not from talking about this specifically, but from a few things that have happened today and the last couple of days that have made it a bit hard. But yeah, just wanted to say thank you all, and I will see you all very soon. Hopefully, much more chipper and back to my normal self now that I know I have here for 3 to 6 months. It's very recent that I was given that opportunity. So it's really good. Things are going to work out. Thank you all so much, and I will catch you all again, hopefully very, very, very soon. So until then, be good, keep safe, and I'll keep you all in the loop as to what's happening, and hopefully there will be a GoFundMe link very soon as well. We'll see how that goes. So bye for now, everyone. See ya.